Hello, Love and Brief listeners. This is Resonate Yes, and we normally don't have a show out 2 weeks in a row. Were that I were that good at this job, but every couple weeks we try and put one out. But there was a special announcement that went out yesterday, and it just so happened to coincide with the content we had already recorded. So this is an episode about CAPCON, and specifically the CAPCON SideQuest that we recorded just a few days ago, a week ago or so. And the information kind of doesn't totally apply anymore. Lola, I'm a little sad about this.
Yeah, I'm a little disappointed, but
So what was the news?
so the news was that SideQuest is very much happening, but
Yes.
the later 2025 event, they were calling the main CAPCON event, is no longer happening as of right now.
As of right now. And you'll hear them reference, our guests reference the 2025 main event, the September event. That's the thing that's not happening. But don't worry, the rest of the episode is all about SideQuest. Just when you get to the parts where they talk about September, there was a change at the hotel. We'll try and find out anything we can on that. But
Yeah,
since you and I, Lola, aren't going to SideQuest, we can't go.
I know.
Now we just don't get a CAPCON in 2025.
I know. And listeners, I know that you guys are probably disappointed just like we are. However, I just want everyone to keep in mind, as I am, that, we sure are lucky to get any of these CAPCONs that we get.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they're bummed out as much as we are about this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our guests, Ellexy and Kane, are fabulous. I know they are bummed out. I know the CAPCON team is bummed out. The hotel shifted some things, it sounds like, underneath their feet. So if you feel like sending hate mail to them, don't.
Yeah, don't do that.
They are working really hard on everybody's behalf. And I am super bummed and Lola's super bummed. But we're not going to stay bummed for long. This is a really great episode.
Yeah.
And I hope you get all kinds of new information from this episode about what to get excited for if you are going to SideQuest. And if you, like us, are not going to SideQuest, what to get excited for in 2026, because there's all kinds of new experimental things happening at SideQuest that could return and even better in 2026.
That's really exciting. I'm very excited for this. And if you're listening to this when it comes out, I believe there are still tickets available for SideQuest. So maybe this changes your mind.
Yeah.
Maybe you're like, you know what? I do have time to go and money to go this time. Let's swing it.
Maybe you and I need to cancel our other trip and go to SideQuest.
I don't know about that.
Think about.
Yeah, maybe.
Anyway, y'all enjoy the episode. Just ignore the parts about September. Please enjoy this episode about CAPCON SideQuest. Welcome to Love in Brief, a sometimes brief ABDL advice podcast focused on issues of love. That's love for yourself. That's love for your community. That is love for others. And sometimes it's about love of getting everybody you know together into one giant convention.
Oh boy, that sounds fun.
It is fun. And it's going to happen like sooner than I expected because of CAPCON doing a SideQuest
Yes.
in January.
Yeah, that was a big shocker when I saw the news, I think back in August.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, I was like, okay, well, a full year means March, and maybe towards the end of the year we'll hear more about it. And then bam, out of nowhere, this great new SideQuest thing. And then lo and behold, maybe 2 events in 2025. So.
Oh, that's amazing. It's amazing. I sure hope there is too, because unfortunately, I'm going to be in Mexico during SideQuest.
No.
Yeah, Lola and I are going to be out of the country, so you're going to have to go.
Yes.
And send me FOMO information every day.
I will text you constantly. Don't
Text
worry.
me constantly.
Well, you send me pictures of the beach, and we can be jealous together.
That's
so
perfect.
There we go. I'll be in Minnesota in January. so-
Frozen Cap
Frozen
2024. Yeah, for sure. So we wanted to talk with a couple folks who know an awful lot about CAPCON, and Teddy and I are excited to bring you all some information on what's behind this SideQuest. It's so mysterious. Ooh. So Teddy, do you want to introduce our guests?
Sure. So we have 2 guests here today. First guest is Ellexy, and she is the founding director / founder / overlord, apparently, of CAPCON. And so Ellexy, we'll start with you. Tell us about your love.
Well, I think I'm always working on 2 things. One is the continuous work on love for self, because we're always evolving and learning more about ourselves, and I think that takes time and should be a precedent. And then I'm always have love for the people in the community, and I love to see when everyone comes together and hear about it and watch it and all the different things. So
it must be incredible to see that sea of people all sharing belonging and love and connection, and know that you and a handful of other people were like, let's make this happen. And now it's this.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you had told me at the beginning, I would have said you were crazy. But I will tell you that even from the beginning, when I was unveiling the space to the people and doing all the intros and everything myself, that look on everyone's face when they saw the space that they didn't know existed or didn't know they could exist or found that thing they were looking at, that's the most amazing experience I'll ever have in my life.
That's beautiful.
Do you get a little bit of that every year when you see new people streaming in through the doors?
Absolutely.
Yeah. That's magic.
Well, I know it's a far cry from the munches that I've thrown, and like locally, I can only imagine seeing the 1,000+ people and knowing that you are an instrumental part of bringing that. And so just from the bottom of my heart, I'm sure RY's too, just thank you for, and your team and everybody else involved for making this a thing.
Yeah, and it's not like one of those things where you just, sometimes at the end of a show, they'll say like whose idea the show was, and you're like, well, that was 10 years ago. Like, what have they done lately? But you not only helped launch this thing and had the idea, but y'all are doing a lot of work every year, year after year, and sometimes apparently twice in a year. So that's a ton of work. I'm just so grateful.
Imagine, yes. So,
are
other guests? Oh, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was going to say the next guest is the one that you got to give that one to. He's the one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great segue then. So our other guest is Kane, and Kane, I believe you go by the convention director, and would love to hear a little bit more about that. But first, tell us about your love.
Yeah, I guess. Thank you for having us. Lately it's been a love of, I guess, traveling. I went through life-changing events and stuff over the summer, and kind of took a road trip. I ended up traveling about. I was at 4,500 miles after 23 days, and while that's a lot, it's just not 5,000.
Keep going.
So close.
So I threw on an extra 2 days and made it 5,000 miles in 25 days. Processing and just driving, and ever since I've been a kid, I've always just loved that process of traveling and packing and iterating on the packing you did last time to make it a little bit better this next time. And that is my love.
You're making Teddy salivate over here.
Kane, you and I have a lot to talk about.
You have a lot. You just came off a road trip of how many miles, Teddy?
I just finished this week 6,500 miles in 29 days. So I'm very much right up that alley. And last year I did a big trip for similar reasons, actually, just kind of moving forward into a new part of my life after some grief. And I am right there with you. Love to connect with you after this.
Yep.
Awesome. Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah.
And I went to work every day this week, so I drove 15 total miles.
Whoa.
Yep. I feel really amazing about that.
Is your car okay?
The car's fine, but I may need to swap it out. So, and I realize I'm a little remiss. I'm throwing the word CAPCON around like everybody knows what it is.
Yes.
But that's a very sort of U.S.-centric thing to do, because CAPCON is an American convention. For folks who aren't familiar, or maybe you're in the U.S. and you just didn't know about it, what is CAPCON? And Ellexy, I'll give it to you. What is CAPCON?
CAPCON is the Chicago Age Play Convention, and it is the largest grouping of, ABDLs and age play folk in the world.
For sure.
Which is hard for my brain to comprehend. I remember that first time that there was like, oh yeah, this person's not from the U.S. that isn't connected to the U.S. And I went, up. How?
Yeah, right. How did you even find out? It's amazing. Sometimes that happens with us. Of course, now podcasts, we're used to them being global, but I'll get a note that's like, hey, I'm in Norway and I really enjoy your podcast. I'm like, Norway? Like my brain can't even wrap around that. That's incredible. Or Australia.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And you know who the first country that wasn't the U.S. or Canada or Mexico or anything like that to show up?
What?
New Zealand.
Wow.
Holy shit, that's a hike.
That's a haul.
Yeah, wow.
I was I don't even, how?
And when you make something that cool, you know.
Yep.
So it's the world's largest, and it's been going on for how long now?
This is going to be the 14th.
14th.
CAPCON
event.
14.
Yeah.
Okay.
The SideQuest will be the 14th event.
Yep. And we keep saying SideQuest. So what's the difference between what people normally just refer to as CAPCON and CAPCON SideQuest?
Yeah. So I guess to take a little detour into video gaming briefly, I guess when I was growing up, when I would play a video game and I'd get to like a new area and like an open world game, I would always want to do all the little like side quest things and explore all the areas before doing the main quest and having to move on to the next area. And so I guess in a lot of ways, what this is our like new hotel, new location. And so this is our chance to just kind of explore and bring the vast majority of the things that make CAPCON, and also bring in new things since we have the space and we have just the space and the uniqueness of a new layout with new ideas, to create new spaces with that. And so like just kind of this is the getting our feet wet in the new location before doing the full big kahuna with like things like mainly the playground in like our second event there, basically.
Yeah, it's brilliant to do like to call it a side quest, to say, look, this is a little bit of an experiment, right? We're dipping our toes in this new location, but at the same time, the new location, I mean, it reminds me of like if I would get like a new musical instrument or a keyboard or something, like all I wanted to do was play with it and try new things because it opened up this vast world that I didn't have the day before. You now have this giant new space, which we're going to hear about in a second, but it sounds like it's also prompting you to try new things.
It's a sandbox.
It's a sandbox.
Yeah.
So talk to us about that space and talk to us about what you get to experiment with.
Yeah. I guess the biggest thing the biggest thing that I'm excited about, I guess I would say, is just the sheer size of it. And that at the old hotel we were like bursting at the seams. We couldn't get everyone in. And we now have more than twice the amount of space.
Whoa.
We have the ability to have SideQuest be the largest event we've ever thrown, while there being half as many people per square foot. So it has this like less like smaller vibe while being larger, I guess, is kind of the just with more space. And so I guess that's in many ways the thing that I am the most like, just all the different pieces, all the different rooms, being able to reorder things, and then being able to, we've now fit everything in all the spaces, and there are still more rooms. So now what do we get to do? And like all of those ideas. There's a couple of different things we're kicking around. One of the ones we've been talking about recently was kind of a like basically like a memory wall, memory space, a place where people can go and share some of their like their first time wearing a diaper, or their first time going to a munch, or just like stories like that where they can write them out and post them on a wall and like share, and everyone else can see, and like that they're not alone, and like we're all have these connective pieces and experiences and such together, kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's one of the really cool ones. Yeah.
That's a great idea. It's one of those things you wouldn't do unless you had extra space that you never had before.
Yeah.
Yep. Exactly. Yeah. And so that's what I'm excited about, being able to give like staff members and people who've had ideas like this. Like one came from one of the staff members. We didn't have the ability to do before, now that we can, and just getting to be able to connect those people with those opportunities. Like that's the part that I love about my job. Like that is what brings me the joy.
Yeah. And it's finally feasible to have some of these ideas off the ground now. That's wonderful. And I also saw, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I saw somewhere in the initial announcements that you're also looking for some attendee-led activities. So maybe you don't even know what some of these ideas are going to be yet. Is that right?
Exactly. Yep. Or no, go ahead, Ellexy, if you please.
Oh yeah, no, that
Yeah.
So here's the other really cool thing about kind of what SideQuest is and could lead to, because this could be the first of many opportunities, is to get the community more involved. Because if you look at it in itself, as we've been saying, it's at a new place. It's a new experience. It's a way to get the community to actually influence that place and that new thing and to try it out with us. And from there to potentially influence further events and continue to build on it for themselves with the community together. And that's kind of how we drive this, because it's really the community that builds the event and makes it happen.
Yeah.
What a brilliant sentiment and spirit.
I thought that too when I read it. Yeah.
That's so good. That you now have a bigger palette, so you can invite the community back in to continue creating CAPCON.
Yeah.
That's
obviously
really cool.
there's different parts of the community, maybe like you have baby furs and other, just other areas. And so maybe there's a space like they can create for themselves and maybe bring some more folks in, kind of dabble with that and experience it.
New ideas,
but
new
it's like you can
sub-communities.
kind of create the space that you want at CAPCON now. And because there's more space for it. So it sounds like.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And I know we keep saying new space, and literally we mean new building, but also if people show up in Chicago for the Chicago Age Players Convention, they're going to be awfully disappointed.
Keep going north.
We're in a new city.
Yep. Indeed.
And I don't know how much you want to share at this point about location, but it ain't Chicago.
No. Yeah, no. I mean, so it is a Minneapolis area hotel. Little 6 and change hours north. But yeah, like basically when the old hotel that we were at, like I said, we were bursting at the seams. It wasn't big enough. They're also undergoing a renovation and starting that, and so
Thank goodness
it would be even smaller. And so yeah, agreed. And it just at that point we were basically looking for something bigger, for a larger one. There are definitely larger hotels in Chicago, but we toured a bunch. We talked to a bunch. We talked to a bunch of hotels, like the costs, downtown issues, location issues, and things. There weren't a lot of great fits, kind of thing, but we also got a lead on this one, and went and took a tour of it, and basically I more or less fell in love when I took the tour. It is the best hotel that I have seen for throwing our event, I think, at this point. Yeah, like ever. There's a lot of, beyond just the meeting space and those potentials, there's distinct room areas as opposed to just having one consistent, like, the old hotel, just one set of elevators, one tower, just rooms in each direction. This has 3 distinct like room areas for different experiences for different attendees who are looking for different things. We'll have the first time we'll ever have had quiet floors in the hotel itself, where we're trying to keep things a little bit more chill at night for people who like to go to bed earlier.
Yeah, those folks that stay up until sunrise, maybe not on that floor.
Yep.
I'm looking your way, Teddy.
What?
Exactly. But not all of them are. It's just a couple of them, kind of thing. Yeah, exactly. And yeah, we'll have an atrium again for the first time in a long time, with rooms overlooking.
I missed that.
Yeah. Really?
Yep.
So is the atrium sort of do you think that there will be events in the atrium, or is it just sort of a gathering space?
Probably I would say both. In terms of, we're still figuring a lot of that parts out, but like
sure,
the first time, definitely potential. One of the things we talked about using it for is stuff like Town Square, or like artwork presentation, like Artist Alley kind of stuff is one of the things being kicked around for it. But yeah, like a couple of other ideas, maybe, I don't know, incorporating some things from the old atrium, like ball pit or something, maybe. Like we're kicking around ideas basically. But yeah, like just being able, I think, to provide that hotel room experience while providing different hotel experiences as well, I think is like I love that about this building.
I came in just after you switched from the atrium hotel, so I never got to experience that.
Oh, it was so cool.
excited.
I remember coming out of my balcony mid-pageant and just watching the talent show from above.
Wow.
And that's actually, we talked about Idiot Wind in the last episode. That's where I got to watch Idiot Wind sing his song, and it was so brilliant, and just, it was such happy memories. So I'm super excited to have something to look over now and see the community down there.
Yes.
Yep.
It must be difficult when you're considering hotels to have that conversation about, hey, is this a place where we can be our very weird selves and feel safe? What was it like to have that negotiation? And it sounds like you're feeling good. Can people come knowing that the staff is cool and that the place is behind this event?
Yeah.
Well,
Go ahead. Sorry.
a couple. No, Kane, you're fine. Don't worry. Couple of different things. Well, because you're going to have a say in it too. But the truth is, one of the things that we make sure to do, no matter what hotel it is, we do like a sensitivity training to make sure that they are aware of who we are and what we are, and that goes for all the staff who's going to be working there. Staff get the choice to not work that weekend if they don't want to. So it's like they want to be there, and honesty is the best policy in all of these things.
Yeah.
And anyone who's been with CAPCON long enough knows honesty is always the best policy. But so that's it. We talk to them and we're real with them, but thankfully, and this goes to the community as well with how well they're doing, we have a pretty good reputation.
Yeah, absolutely. And just to confirm, so I know you mentioned maybe half of the hotel in this case, or of capacity. This is a hotel takeover still, correct?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
So no Nilla guests floating around.
No Nillas.
Yeah. We love our Nillas, but yeah. I mean, that was one of the big selling features on the previous hotel, was that it was an absolute takeover. And to think that we could have so much more room and still enjoy that privacy is wonderful. And I will say, for as much as there were struggles towards the end of the old hotel infrastructure, the people were still delightful.
Oh, they were fantastic.
And security guards were awesome. And the people like checking you in for breakfast would like wear cartoon T-shirts and
silly hats.
I mean, they were just all in. So I'm so grateful that you all put in the time, Kane and Ellexy, to find the hotel and the staff and do the training that will make us feel not only safe but embraced.
I definitely have felt incredibly welcomed in all of the interactions, and like Ellexy had said, they knew who we were before we had been there. Like we'd been connected from other hotels and such, and so they know exactly who we are. They understand. Like we've had conversations about it. They've asked questions like, people really walking around, and nope, people will be walking around with basically nothing but their diaper and their pasties and things like that, and they that is, they are accepting of us.
That's awesome.
That's great. So, I was thinking, of our audience here, I'd say the vast majority of the folks listening to this podcast have probably never been to CAPCON before. And to that end, actually, right after the last CAPCON, we did episode 113, which was the post-convention first-timers review episode. And I've heard great feedback from that, from folks. And, if I have any friends out there that ever, are unsure about going, I always kind of link that to them, because it's a great resource for folks to hear what it was like for two first-timers from CAPCON 2024 going and kind of doing a debrief. And again, so anybody else listening to this who's on the edge, and they're not sure, definitely go take that, give that episode a good listen. Great resources there for you. But my question for either of you is, it sounds like, again, we've talked about this being more of a sandbox here with SideQuest. Do you still feel like this would be a great experience for first-timers to go to, or should they perhaps wait until the first big convention in September?
Oh, they should. This would be a great experience, especially because they can really also, on top of it, have some influence. And it's a little more casual. It's a little more open. It'll allow them to really get a chance to be from the ground level, and it's kind of fun in that way too, because as compared to where the big one can be overwhelming for some, especially in their first time, this should be a little bit less of that, since it's a little more open, a little more freeform, a little more in that direction.
Yeah. And there's a lot of open play space, right?
Yeah.
That's a big focus of this one. So folks who may, if it's their first time otherwise, get overwhelmed by big crowds or by too many activities, they might find that they can just go in the open play spaces and enjoy that in a way that would have been very difficult at the big one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Or as we mentioned, the quiet floors. So, if that's an important thing for you, you can potentially sign up for a room like that. And I know one big hit from the past couple of years, I think, was the buddy bench, where, if you kind of show up, as I did at my first CapCon, didn't know anybody, was kind of overwhelmed, you could potentially go to this bench and meet people. Is that something that you would anticipate returning this year?
Oh yeah, I like the buddy bench a lot. No, yeah, I was just saying, I was agreeing. Yes, buddy bench is great.
That one's a mainstay, huh? That one's sticking around.
Yeah, the team that put that together it was a great idea, and they ran with it, and they've done very good things.
Yeah, that's awesome. That is a really cool team. I mean, and all the welcoming and greeting folks are right there. They're super. I know one of the things that people are probably dying to know is what's new. And I know when we get a little closer to the event, we'll have all the activities and programs nailed down. We'll have Nito on just before to walk us through all the things to look forward to. But I've already seen in your portal a few hints about some new stuff that's coming. So tell me, well, I should say the portal itself is new.
Oh yeah, let's talk about that. Yeah,
the attendee zone. What is it, and why is it different from before?
Yeah. So it is basically your one-stop location for everything CapCon, I guess. You sign up. It allows you to input your information to be vetted, and then once that's happened, you're vetted. Like that stays with you. You don't have to keep re-entering that information for every future event. You're maintained with your account. People will be able to purchase their merch and stuff like that through it. We'll have schedules and everything like that. We'll get into it, into the portal. It's where people will buy tickets, badges, I should say, and rooms. And basically, like throughout that whole process, it'll walk you through. It'll let you know when you log in and get into your account, into your portion of it, your attendee zone. It'll walk you through what if you need to sign something, it'll tell you. If you're all good and just waiting for something that's a few weeks away, it'll tell you that everything's great. You got a few, it'll be a couple weeks before this thing drops and you sign it then. Or basically it's, like the one-stop shop for everything CapCon, I guess. Yeah.
That's great.
And it really is. So I was on there earlier today. Even though I'm not going, I saw that there was some encouragement that if you ever plan on going to a future CapCon, just get on there now and make your thing. So I got on there and made my thing. Like you said, it's a one-time deal, I guess. I won't have to do it when CapCon 2025 happens. But I also found exactly what you described, which is it's just one place now. I'm not jumping over to some other thing to get tickets and then having to deal with a hotel, I guess. Like I'm buying my package, my badge, all of it right there.
Right. And also I know in the past there were some fantastic emails, very informative, but now it seems like a lot of that's in the portal versus getting repetitive emails once in a while. And that's great. I know. So first, to RY's point, so do you recommend that anybody who's interested in CapCon, even if not SideQuest, go on there right now and sign up? It sounds like that's the case, right?
Yes.
Yep, makes sense.
Awesome.
I will say too, the user interface is really easy.
Yeah.
Sometimes when it's a website that is made by a very highly passionate but not necessarily professional website developer group, it can be a little dodgy. This website's great.
Yeah, I sent kudos to Nito right after the first email went out. Like, this is top notch.
It's real good.
Yeah, you guys have done a great job.
My favorite little feature was when it says, here's when we're releasing tickets, and then right below it, it's here's what time it is where you live, so that you can see that there is a difference. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Because I can't imagine how many emails y'all get every year where it's like, oh, I thought you meant Australian Standard Time.
Yep.
You never know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, love that one.
So going back to your question, RY, so what sort of activities can you tell us about right now that have already been announced, more or less?
Well, first, you may recall the cabaret.
Yep.
So the cabaret is going to take a little bit of a turn this year, or for SideQuest. and it's going to have more of a tavern aspect.
Oh,
that's right.
This is the Quest Tavern I've heard about.
Yep.
What is it?
So it's going to have a lot of different things that are all in the works right now. From entertainment things, from games, from different. There's just be a lot going on, but it is like it's going to be a way to have a central hub type place for people to go to start a quest, maybe, or to.
Ooh.
So it could be many things. And it's definitely going to have like some chill vibes during the day and some more active vibes in the night like it has in the past, but it's definitely going to be more on theme.
When I hear tavern, I get like a very RPG kind of vibe.
It's with the theme, yeah.
Yeah. Should I encourage people to pack their RPG gear for the tavern?
Hey, it is more than welcome. And it's that's the answer that I always give, because everybody's like, why Minnesota in the dead of winter? And I'm just like, well, what better time is that, or is there than that, to go to the tavern to meet your group to start a side quest?
Very nice.
Yes.
Well played. Well played.
Plus,
I thought you were going to say because it's cheaper.
Probably
that's probably true too. Because who the hell wants to be there at that time of year? But yeah.
Look, speaking as a good Midwesterner, I love the winter. I don't know. I do
too.
Yep.
I have been in Minnesota in January. It's horrifically cold, and I love it very much.
I'm going to do a winter road trip with this. I'm excited.
Yep.
Awesome. Yeah.
So we have a Quest Tavern with all sorts of fun things to be determined. I also saw something about a crib room that really intrigued me. What's a crib room?
So a crib room is mostly a hotel room, but instead of the hotel rooms that have two double beds, instead of having two double beds, one of those beds has been removed, and it is replaced with a double-sized crib bed. And so now you can experience CAPCON with a crib in your hotel room.
That's adorable.
Where? How? How are you doing this?
Yeah. So there were a couple of staff members, myself as well, ended up spinning off from the main CAPCON group a little furniture, basically business, your little space, making cribs
nice folks.
Available. Yeah. And high chairs, a variety of other things, basically. And as part of that, so we were able to get a larger number of cribs this year. And with that, working with the hotel to remove beds, set these up. There's also, it will not just be that one type of room. There's additionally rooms that have king size beds where we added a twin XL size crib to those rooms as well. So there's two different types. Yeah.
That's brilliant.
That's incredible.
What are you going to do if like 100 people want to sleep in your crib rooms? I'm assuming there's a limited number.
Get to work, build faster.
Yeah.
Get
those cobblers cooking.
Yep. So for these, these are just regular, I guess they're rented hotel rooms, upgrades for just individual attendees that have rented those rooms. But we also will have additional the largest nursery room that we've had with more cribs than we've had in the past as well.
So you'll have your all-access crib room for fun play, and then
limited access.
The folks who are real hardcore, they get to do the I sleep in it every night. Yeah. And I'm assuming there's a limited number. You can only make so many cribs. There's a limited number of these hotel rooms. Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
It's about 20 something this time.
Wow.
And get on it then. Yeah.
Get right on it.
Yeah.
You had another one, Teddy. You were telling me about that just blew my mind.
So hopefully this is what you're talking about. But I saw that you are going to be doing a takeover at the amusement park. At the Mall of America. That is wild to me. That sounds amazing. Tell us more about that.
Yeah. So basically, it'll be after hours. After main has shut down, they open it up, rent it out. You can reserve it, and so that night. We'll start about 9:30. When we do it, basically it'll just be our attendees. You won't have to if you ever wanted to go hang out in an amusement park with just your friends and nothing but your friends. This is kind of the idea. And
That's
we'll have
amazing.
12 rides going. Yeah, like people just for hours on end. Yeah.
Look, if you're an ABDL or not, the idea of being in an amusement park with only your friends is the coolest thing I've ever heard.
That's pretty sick.
Like, I grew up 25 minutes from a great amusement park, and if you had said you get to go there and only bring 1,500 of your favorite people or whatever, I'd have lost my mind. That's so cool. Way to make it happen.
Very excited. Yeah.
I mean, at this point, my FOMO has gone from heartburn to life-threatening. But I have room in my heart and mind for one more. Is there any other thing that y'all are super excited about with SideQuest?
Personally, I also am really excited about the pool and hot tub coming back.
Hot tub. You're speaking my language.
There's a pool coming back. Damn it!
You'll be in Mexico on a beach. You're fine.
I don't care.
But yeah, no. I really love this hotel.
Oh my gosh. The pool's back. The hot tub's back. There's an amusement park involved. There's a tavern.
Yep. And I saw in the portal too, there's volunteer applications, there's presenter applications, vendor applications.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, it's all in there. And, I've already signed up for a couple of those, and I'm excited to teach my first class. So, this is going to be great.
That's right. You're teaching tax class.
I am. Yeah. For those who don't know, I'm a CPA, and I'm really passionate about taxes. So I figured I could lend some knowledge.
I'm stoked about that. And I don't get to do it this time, but I will say, getting to be a presenter in previous years and hopefully coming up at the next CAPCON, it is such a wonderful experience. If you're somebody who thinks you have something that you want to bring in terms of entertainment or presentation or volunteering, it takes your CAP experience to the next level.
Yes.
To have an active hand in creating, even just for 1 hour, creating part of that convention.
Yeah. I have a friend that went for the first time last year, Sprocket, actually. He's on our transcription team. Mm-hmm. And he was a volunteer for CAPCON this past year, his first time going, and he just had glowing things to say. Just walked away with the best experience.
I love that.
Yeah.
How about for you, Ellexy? Is there something that you're really looking forward to with SideQuest?
Well, I think I will reiterate, to be fair, that I do want to see where we go with this. I'm really excited for the theme itself. I'm really excited to see what, the tavern brings in and what kind of fun we can have with that. And I'm really excited to see what the community brings. And I think it's what we've kind of been talking about with, and even what you reiterated just a minute ago about volunteering and being a part of it and having hands-on experience. This is like the event to have that real influence on things to come forward, since it is so sandbox and open. And I want to see what the community does.
I love that.
Yeah.
And people get to leave their mark. They get to make their imprint on the future of this event.
And what a great way to build community too.
Yeah.
There's no substitute for being in person. And I totally respect that some folks are not at that point in their journey.
Mm-hmm.
But, when you are at some point, this is, in my opinion, the best event to go to have the all-encompassing ABDL experience.
Mm-hmm.
My first one was Summer Cap, and it was the transformational moment for me. I've talked about this before. I think at the panel at this last Cap, that was the moment for me where it kind of clicked. Like, this is really cool, and this part of me is okay. And I've seen it time and time again from those friends who have gone since then for their first time, and I am just so excited to see what becomes of this new venture off into the great frozen north. And
that's right. That's right. And even folks who have gone a bunch, like the last CAPCON, I made a friend at the last CAPCON that I think will be a friend for the rest of my life. So even if you've been to everything else, there is an opportunity every time with something new and a new, especially here in a new space, to have a new and amazing connection.
Yeah.
This is wonderful. Is there anything else, friends, that you want to tell us about with regard to SideQuest 2024? I know it's still very much in the planning stages, but anything else you want people to know?
Well, it's happening in 2025, would be the first one.
Oh, yeah, I keep saying that. Sorry, 2025. But not to be confused with CAPCON 2025.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah.
So, I guess, what are the dates real quick? So for SideQuest, and I think you've already put out dates for the next full convention too, is that right?
Yeah, so SideQuest is happening January 1st through 5th, 2025. And then our second event in the new hotel is currently scheduled for...
Actually, it's not happening, as previously mentioned. Okay, back to the show.
I guess, yeah, like ultimately we're concentrating on SideQuest for the foreseeable future, which, yeah, the other thing is, yeah, all rooms, bronze packages for premium rooms, base standard room packages, and tickets, badges are on sale now if they have not sold out. So yeah, like basically sign up for the portal if you have interest in coming, grab your badge, grab a room, and yeah, we'd love to see you in January.
And we can put a link in the show notes, but what is the website for that portal?
CAPCON.club.
Okay, easy enough. And are there any other ways that people should or could get in touch with you on social media?
So yeah, we have FetLife. There's a Twitter account and an Instagram account as well. Yeah.
Great. Okay, and we can put that in the show notes too.
Absolutely.
Perfect,
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
I will link those.
So I just wanted to finish with one last thought on all of this, and that is, if you are considering coming, you're holding back, waiting for September, I totally get it. But it is not waiting for the main event or waiting for the bigger thing. They are the building of each other. So come on out, check out the new hotel, come check out SideQuest.
So if someone were to theoretically be planning a trip to Mexico, maybe they should consider canceling it, is what you're saying.
Maybe hypothetically, okay. I'm already canceling right now. No, I mean, yeah, at no point does this sound like CapCon Light. I mean, this is just a different experience, but it is every bit CapCon.
I mean, the striking thing for me that I heard was this could be the same size as a normal CapCon.
It's
just half of the space that has the capacity. I mean,
that's do it now.
So that was a big takeaway for me here. Like, wow, this is not a light version at all.
Yeah. Super cool. I'm just so grateful also to have this much heads up on the September thing, so I can you can hear the sound of me putting in my PTO right now for September. But to have this heads up for our listeners now on what to get excited about is just so valuable. And Kane and Ellexy, we're just so grateful for all the work and time and love that you put in to creating something that builds community like nothing else in the world in CapCon. So thank you to you both.
Well, thank you. I'm going to go cry in the corner now.
Oh,
you guys are great.
Thank you.
I thought I was the one who was supposed to be crying because I'm getting come to your side quest. Well, friends, that's it. We are really looking forward to hearing how it's going as tickets. I'm sure it's going to sell very well. But by the time this is released, tickets are absolutely on sale at CAPCON.club. And I can't wait to get spammed with texts from Teddy and those who love me telling me what I'm missing out on.
Every hour.
Every hour at CapCon SideQuest. And Kane and Ellexy wish you all the best of luck as you build this incredible thing. We will reconnect with Nito, the communications director, in December in order to get the hot scoop on the final plans.
Sounds like a plan, yeah. And if you're looking to get in touch with the Love and Brief podcast here, so we're available on most podcast apps. We have a new Instagram account at Love and Brief. And if you want to send us an email or questions or anything, loveandbrief@gmail.com.
That's the way to do it.
And there's also a FetLife group. And I believe you have a personal Tumblr for folks.
I do, yeah. You can hit me up at Resonant Yes at Tumblr. But really, the Instagram is the way to go. Now that we have a Love and Brief Instagram, that's the way to do it.
So thrilled so far. Been a great support.
Yep,
so.
Yep. And if you don't have Instagram, hit me up on Tumblr or FetLife or loveandbrief@gmail.com. And that's all the stuff I have to tell you. This has been another episode of Love in Brief.